Welcome back to another episode of The Road to 2200. I am 1959. My opponent's 1936. I'm playing English. I just transpose these into a QGD and play from there. So I'm going to go here, and then like here and here. And it'll most likely transpose to a QGD. Okay. E4 is a little bit unusual. Can I just play D5 anyway? They take, I take, they take, I take, they take, I take. My queen is stuck here, but they can't attack it with the knight. That seems fine. Okay, instead of saying that seems fine, queen here, all this gone, what would their next move be? Doesn't seem like they have anything really pressing, so I'm not going to worry. But more importantly is they have a million other things they could do. They don't have to go through this very scripted line. What if they just push? And now my knight is being threatened. I mean, I can come back here. I'm not sure I love that. Then they would probably... I guess if they went there... Yeah, I would go here. They might go here. I would go here. That looks like a very standard type position. I'm going to go for this. It'll be interesting to see after the game if this is a mistake. Okay. This is what I predicted they would do, so I shouldn't be surprised. And I think I can just go here. Oh, that's what I didn't think about. Okay, so this is a mistake. If I go here and they take here, that's the move I didn't look at. Then let's say I take, they take, I take. That actually seems fine. But if I go here and they go here, I think I just take right away. So let's see. Does this think this works by calculation? I can't take immediately because then I take here. Okay. Believe this works. I guess they could go here, but then I'm just taking. And then we're just in like a QGA, which a QG accepted. Which I don't love, but what else am I supposed to do here? Okay, hopefully this wasn't some grave error. Like, can they go here now? I think they can. But I'm still left with that. So, I mean, this is the line I feel like I have to go down if I don't want to be down a pawn. Okay. Interesting stuff. Not really anything to do other than move the knight. I'm assuming I'm moving my knight to here, which I don't love. I don't want to move the knight here and have to recapture that way. There's really nothing else that even makes sense in this position that I can see. So I'm going to go here and say, this is a very weird position. I don't know if I've ever been in this position. I guess this isn't great because I can push it away, but I think I'm going to have to say that's okay. They can push me away if they want. I'll come back to here probably. And it's not ideal, but what else am I going to do? Can I go here? I don't think so, right? Takes, and then that. I was thinking, like, is there some pin or something? But there's not a pin. So where do I want this bishop? The problem with something like this is I just feel like it'll be easy to push it away. Maybe not as easy as I was originally thinking, but something like these two moves, and then the bishop can't go back. It's going to have to come back this way. It might just be easier to bite the bullet and go here, but if I do that, then where's this knight going? I could go all the way back, which I don't love. But maybe that is the best idea. I think I'm going to go here to at least control this, and if they want to weaken the king side to try to do that idea, I think that's okay. I'm looking at like calculation. I suppose they could go there to immediately attack the bishop and attack this square. And if they do that, then what? Maybe there's something there. I suppose I could just back the bishop up like this, or I could just say, okay, now your queen is in kind of a weird spot. Not really, though, hitting there through that. So maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just come all the way back and fianchetto. Okay, this feels weird to me, like very weird. Almost no way it can be right weird. But just, I don't know, everything else felt kind of loose, I guess is the way I would say it. Just having a bishop sitting here with nothing guarding it and no way to back it up, it just felt weird. And also, what is it hitting? It seemed like it was hitting nothing. Okay, that's a very strange looking move. Okay. I'm pretty tempted to just stick my bishop here. I guess I'm a bit worried about either of those moves. But if they give up that knight and my queen ends up here, I think that's not the end of the world. And if they push this guy and this bishop is here, I can stick the knight here without too much trouble, I guess. I don't know where I'm castling in this game. Like, this is a weird game. I've used 5 minutes to not do much because my opponent is playing not bad moves. I don't know how to describe them. Unusual moves I'm not used to seeing, which can be a powerful tool in its own right. I'm now wondering if I should have gone here so I can make this absurd threat. But I think they would have just gone here. The nice thing about relocating here is I have this option. I don't know if that's a good option. The problem is quite limiting where you can go back. I think I like just the ability to do that if I need. And then what? They're going to go here maybe? I don't know. This game feels like it's kind of spiraled away from me. And I don't really know what I did wrong. But maybe the problem is more I'm just kind of overreacting and everything's actually fine. I think my next move is going to be h6 if they don't play h6. But I think they're going to play h6 and just be like, AlphaZero says this is good. And it feels pretty strong to play h6 here. I'm not going to take. And then if I push, like, it's kind of a mess over here on the king side. I'm pretty much feeling compelled to castle queen side, and that doesn't look great either. Could let him take and do something like this, but then they can probably kick this knight away. Sure, they could go there. Huh. I guess I'm just pushing here. I don't know. It does support this a little bit more. Now the bishop's not just hanging there loosey-goosey. It's got some backup, has a backup from the knight also. So that may be in the cards. Also, if they push the knight there, this is a little bit more annoying for them. Maybe. Probably we might just have that because the knight is not here backing up the bishop like it often is. But my current short-term plan, I think, is just fianchetto, go here, pressure this pawn, and see what happens. They keep bringing on the pressure. They keep bringing it. I can't go here to attack it a second time, but I'm already backed up several times. I don't think I have to worry. I think the bigger worry is that move. And I'm not sure I can do much about that. I think I'll go here. They're going to go here, say, haha, you can't castle, and I'm going to castle over here. Okay. I'm going to go here. Fianchetto. Here. Where's the queen going? That's a great question. Ah. Okay. Well, the feelings that this game is spiraling continue. I can go here. Obviously, this is being attacked, so that's like longer term. I think we should just make the obvious move and move him out of the way to start with. Now the queen looks a little weirdly placed, but maybe their idea is they're going to castle long. Now they're doubled guarding that pawn. After I go here, there's really no worries. I'm pretty sure they're castling long. Okay, I didn't consider that. Oh my goodness, and then they're going there. Oh, this is such a horrid game. What happened? So close to some cool tactics, though, with like here, taking this pawn, going. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're really going deep into the weeds there. I don't know. I guess probably best is to block this way. The problem is if I block this way, then they go here, and that feels kind of nightmarish. But if I go here and we trade off the light squared bishop, then these light squares are so weak, I don't really feel like I can castle over there. So this has just been a really impressive level of absolutely constant, unceasing pressure by my opponent. So yeah, I'm going to go here and give up this bishop and be really unhappy about it. I don't want to give up that bishop. I don't know that I'm going to get to castle this game. It feels like just holding on and defending. It'll be really interesting to look at with the engine and see if the engine is like, what? You're doing great, or you missed this thing because you were so obsessed with your defense. And even if it's like, let's say the engine gives this whole game zeros. Boy, it doesn't feel like zeros. It feels like my opponent has so much pressure on me. That's what makes it so valuable to attack so relentlessly. What? Did that just hang a piece, or am I missing something? So this piece is hanging, but they also have this check, which coughs up a rook. But it doesn't. It's only the exchange. So let's say they go here. I go here. I guess they have a little windmill situation. They can grab a little bit more than the exchange. Trying to figure out, is there something else we can do here? The nice thing is this is not an absolute pin. So if I can go like here and attack the queen, that could be useful. Also, would this be a problem? I don't think so. I think I take the piece. And then after here, here, here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a pass. Oh my goodness. Maybe this doesn't work at all. Watch this. Here, here. Take the pawn. Come back. Check. Take here. I take. This is covered. This. Oh, and the rook's got its back. So yeah, that will end up queening if I do that. So I can't let him in there. Can I even stop him from coming in there? If I go here, takes, still jumps in. It's a little bit less horrible. Wow, this is just a clinic. Just an absolute clinic in how to destroy somebody. I don't know what to do. It might just be over. I don't have any sneaky checks. All the checks look bad. I do have this idea, but I have to somehow cover that spot. Okay, so this is an idea that if I go here and he just moves his queen for some reason, then I could go here. Not if he goes along the diagonal, though, I guess. Yeah, because then... So I go here, back, here. Takes, jumps in. I still can't. Ah, but there's the pin there. I think this is all I have. I don't think this works, though. So I think if they just take here, and I take, and then this check is going to end up probably winning. And then this will also be hanging. I don't see another way. Taking there doesn't work. It's just a well-played game by my opponent. They brought all their pieces in, smushed me, and then played really well. Like, found a lot of cool stuff. If I was the kind of player who was looking for cheating in my opponents, I would wonder, right? But I'm not wondering. I don't. Yeah, and they found this too, right? This just wins also. No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, I think they just outplayed me. Okay. I just go here. They go there. And they just wreck me. Oh, and I can't even take back here at the end because my king will be off doing his own thing. Yeah, I only have one move, right? Okay. Let's continue the wreckage. This is interesting. Oh, this is working. Oh, he can jump here at any point. But then this hangs. So I don't know. It's a little bit more interesting than I was thinking. I think I'm super dead. But I don't. There's ways for my opponent to go wrong, it feels like. I guess that's how I would describe it. I feel like if they play this well, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But if they play it poorly, maybe I have a chance. I don't even know what the right way to do this is. There's so many different things happening. There's just everything happening. Okay. So it's kind of a weird move. We're just going to go back and forth a few times. I don't know. Leaving the knight here seems like a bad idea. Ah, but that's the reason why, because then they can check. And then I go here. Takes. And this just trades. I feel like this was the wrong approach. Unless I was missing something. That's certainly possible. Okay. Yeah, doesn't that just hang a piece? Oh, there's the pin. Yep. Okay. That's what I was missing. I do get to move out of the pin. A lot happening. That's the bottom line. A lot happening. A knight is really a pain in the neck. Okay. I guess I take here with the knight. And now the knight can't come back to the spot. So that's great. Feels like things are going to get resolved a bit now. We may just trade off a lot and they're just up a pawn, which I would be thrilled with. Being down just a pawn in this scenario, that feels like a real chance. Like, I was dead. At least it felt that way. I couldn't calculate a precise way that I was dead, but it just sure felt that way. In a rapid game, it can be hard to find the exact continuation. I won't be surprised if he checks again. Just trying to find a way forward. I guess it is a really good check. So I'm stuck here in this pin. Maybe that gives him time to bring more pieces in. I think I would consider that. I think if it's me, I will consider going here. Just trying to do a little bit more about that. All right, at any moment they can just bail out by winning material. Okay. Interesting. I think now I just take here. Oh, it's check. What am I talking about? Okay, there's only one move then. Takes. Okay. It's weird they didn't bail out by taking the piece. It feels like they bailed out in the wrong way. Unless I'm missing something. There's some follow-up that I'm not keeping track of here. Wow. I don't understand that move. Why can't I take with the knight and win? Yeah, that was just an oversight. Whoopsies. Whoopsies, you're down a queen. Whoopsie doodles. Oh, man. Wow. They really lost track of that game. Oh, my God. I feel bad for this person. Oh, no. Okay, well, first thing we have to figure out is, can they just play E4 here? Okay, they certainly can. I never see anyone play E4 here, so... Oh, that's why. I'm not supposed to play the knight out. I messed up my move orders. I have to play D5 immediately, so they cannot play E5. And then it transposes. So I let them transpose. And then D5 is the main move. And so now we're in theory. This is not theory. Theory is D4 counterattacking. And then it gets wild. I went back. I thought that was fine. I thought I calculated all this. And then they played D4, which is theory. And I was like, oh, whoops, I didn't really consider that. Let's see what the engine says. The engine says white has a slight lead. Nothing earth-shattering. Okay, D5 seems good. Okay, look at this. The number one book move, Bishop C8. I'm happy about that, right? That I kind of worked that out. Okay, this is a weird move according to the openings tree, but the engine says, yeah, no, I like it. It's number one engine move, in fact. All right. And then I just made a normal move. Okay. The engine likes much better than this. E5. And then at least we're, developed in doing things. I can't remember exactly why. E5, knight E5 just felt a little bit loose. I don't know. If I was going to take a term, I would use under the surface and say it's no longer touching the skin, right? The pawn skin, the pawn layer. Like, if this pawn was here, I would feel better about that move. I wouldn't want my pawn there, but I would feel better about it. But I didn't do that. I backed up, played H6, and now the engine is like, buddy, you are in a bad way. Oh my goodness. Engine here wants me to go here so that if they take, I'm covering it, and then the engine's like, it's bad, but it's not that bad. But man, the engine's like, it's 2.3. That is a huge advantage with materials even. And it kind of felt like it. The engine says the best way forward here is just to immediately pressure here, which they did a little bit later. But when my opponent went here, the engine was like, yeah, it's basically even now. And then it was like, what? Now you're just letting them do the same thing. Here the engine says just castle. That feels so dangerous. But I guess this does work, right? Hitting this, preserving this. I didn't like the idea of castling into this mess. It just felt like this was the king side was a no castle zone now, and so I decided to go over here. And now it's bad. It's +5 for white already, which is really remarkable that this is +5. Like, and remember when I was in the middle of it, I was like, I feel dead. I feel like it's over. But then I was like, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's fine. The engine says take here. Take this knight unless you want to get mated. Okay. So these are all the right moves. Okay. So here the engine says the way forward is H7. You push H7. What am I going to do? I could go here. And then they can just take. It's check. This is threatened. The king can't go this way. The king has to go this way. And then this leads to mate. I can go here, but then they go mate. So I was mated. I missed that though. Oops, I think I jumped forward too far. Where were we? Yeah, we went here. And so I just went down this line that felt very iffy. It was very iffy. He couldn't quite find his way forward. Still has all of this pressure. I felt like I was lost. make some trays that are fine, and then does this. And it's like, it was an only move here, really. D6 wins, which is a weird looking move. I don't think I would have played D6 there as white. Lots of other moves are decent. Like bishop D2, just going back. H7 is fine. Doesn't win anymore. But this loses. This loses on the spot. It's an only move, of course. Take, and then the game's over. My opponent resigns and is like, what just happened? Like, I had mate. I had a mate in like 3. And then instead, they gave me the game. So, what a wild move. What a wild game. Like, I don't feel like there was a move where I was like, well, wow, this move is bad. It just felt like a culmination of just a lot of stuff. Like, this to me still looks like a reasonable move. I'm going to fianchetto here. I'm going to put pressure on this pawn. I'm going to go knight here. I guess I don't know how this bishop queen is coming out. That was the problem in the flaw and everything. But I had thought I had a pretty clear plan, and then this just kind of ruins everything. Right? This queen move is so strong. And then it's just, just every piece comes in with check. Or with attack. And look at this. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces attacking my king side, or my king's position. I'm stuck in the center. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I've got some pieces attacking. But that knight was just too strong and just destroyed me. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Very important takeaway from this game. Very important. When my opponent plays knight c3, in most QGDs, I sort of copy. If they play the knight, I play the knight. Here, I have to play d5, taking away e4 as an option. That is my own personal takeaway from my repertoire. I knew that. Somehow I blanked there and didn't play it. So technically, I won this game. But man, I mean, we could tell that was a whooping. That was a whooping. All right, I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that one.